Okay guys, so we're going to go into the forward and backward rolls. We've already done some preparation steps in the warm-up. We did the backward and forward rockers. You remember those? We did the drill to try and stand up without using hands, and we did the drill to put the hands down, the pizza hands, for the backward roll. But they can be worked together because they are rolls. The key thing here is to get the children to understand that they need to make a round back. Remember the angry cat back, and to stick their heads in, because what you'll often see is that they put this part of their head on and then they go over and then they fall. Have you seen that? Okay, and it's really sad when they do it on a hard mat and they hurt themselves and they wind themselves, and these little kids have had a horrible day at gymnastics, and we don't want that. Okay, so let's make sure that we teach them how to make their back round. And you know what? It happens to the most experienced coaches. You're coaching a group and you've had them for a half a term, and a new child comes in for a trial, and you just let the child join in with the group and you forget that they haven't done all the drills that the other kids have done, and it happens. Okay, so just be aware of that. So the first thing we do is we teach them the angry cat back. The second thing we do is we use the verbal cue, look at your belly button. It's quite unambiguous. Look at your belly button. Okay, so what we're going to do, Owen, is we're going to stand up here on the wedge. We're using obviously incline, which makes it easier. Does anyone know why biomechanically? Can anyone give me the reason why it's easier to do it on a wedge? Momentum. And there's one more. Think of your center of gravity. You've lifted your center of gravity, which gives you that, what's it called when you have the potential energy to roll faster? Okay, more potential energy. And this is an important point, because when we demonstrate as teachers, I've seen this over and over again. We say, let's do forward rolls, children. You're going to start here, and you're going to put your hands down, and you're going to do a nice forward roll and stand up, okay? And the children will copy exactly what you do, and they will stand here. Now look, the wedge is much higher for him, so for him to put his hands down and try and go takes a lot more skill. It's actually more difficult than on a level floor, let alone going downhill. So be cognizant of that and understand biomechanically why you want the child to stand on top of the wedge. Okay, onto the wedge, arms up, feet together, always. Nice. Gymnastics is an aesthetic sport. Okay, boys can have their fingers together, girls can have little pretty hands if you want, it doesn't really matter. Okay, bend down and put your hands there, bend your knees a little bit. Okay, wait. Now make your back as round as you can. Now I want you to look at your belly button. When we go over, watch this hand of mine. Okay, off you go. And stand up. Excellent. And again. Let's go, Michelle. Standing on top, arms up, bend down, hands down. That's it. And stand up. Very nice. Let's go. Arms up, feet together. Very good. Hands down. Bend your knees a bit. You can bend your knees when you go over. That was very good to do it with straight legs. You won't see that at first. It's a hamstring, quite a hamstring stretch there. Arms up and hands down. Bend your knees. That's it. And stand up. Okay, excellent. What was my left hand doing? Helping, yes, to get over, but something else specifically. Did anyone? That the knee doesn't bash the nose. It's very common, and it happens. And again, no. You know, you don't want that on the first day of gymnastics. Okay, let's just do it. If you want me to turn this way so that you can see better, yes? With the forward roll, look, it's a momentum movement, so it doesn't, but it's better with the open fingers because you've got a better base of support. Remember the wider fingers. And it's good practice for the neural pathways for handstands and for any time you actually put your hands down on the floor. All right, come sweetheart. Just if you can see better from here, what I'm doing, feet together, arms up, tall, and down. That's it. Can you see? Okay. And stand up. Awesome. arms up, down, bend your knees, roll, and stand up. Very nice. Now, you're not going to see them like this at first, okay? Let's go back this way. Okay, so what are the common mistakes that you're going to see? You're going to see that they lose strength in their tummies, that they actually, well, they don't have strength in their tummies, so they lose momentum in the roll, and they start rolling sideways. Okay, so they'll come over like this. Let me just show them quickly. Sideways. So what you say then is keep your shoulders and knees facing forward and end up in your tuck position. So don't make them try and stand up yet, if they haven't yet even got the strength to just come up straight. Okay, but your backward and forward rocks will help with that. And then you can put your hands on this side. Now, once you're sure that the child can go without bashing their nose, then you can help them on this side, all right? So, Owen, let's have your forward roll, feet together, arms up, beautiful, and down, roll, hands, stand up, and they love it, and you can go, super high five, next one, let's go, and roll, and super high five, and let's go, and roll, and up, and you can even let them jump, and you can play little games, and you can say they've got to say a different color when they land, or their favorite song, or whatever, so you can make it a little bit of fun. That's the part I like the most, is actually what's going on in their heads while they're doing it. Okay, all right. The most common mistake you're going to see is they're going to do the forward roll, and they're going to still use their hands to stand up, all right? So can you do like a bad one for me, you know, one where you put your hands on when you stand up? Like that. That's classic, okay? So you'll see that. And remember, when we teach, there are two ways of saying it. We can say, don't put your hands down when you stand up. Or you can say, put your hands down once, or reach for the chocolate when you stand up. So what's easier for the, yes, I'll come to you now, Danny. What's easier for the brain? What does the brain do when you say, don't put your hands down? Your brain actually has to visualize putting your hands down so that it knows what not to do. And then it's visualized putting the hands down. You understand that principle of teaching. Okay, so it's much easier to say, how many times must your hands touch in a roll? Once. Awesome. Let's see you put your hands down only once. And then you count. 1. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Put your hands down twice now for me. Okay? 1, 2. So count with them so that they can actually know, oh, I put my hands down, and then they get it. All right. So you must be aware, you must be giving that feedback to them all the time. Danny, do you have a question? Danny's going to do a little drill with you. See, there's a million things that you can do. I'm old school and classic, but you can make up different things to do all the time. Yeah? Well, show them what to do, and then they can do it. Pick it up. That's awesome, because the hands are over there. Let's see if you can do that, guys. Thank you, Danny. Come, Michelle. Is it too close? Put it there. Okay. So roll and grab the block and stand up. Beautiful. Another one. Owen, arms up. Roll. Grab the block. Oh, it's a bit far, but you did it. Well done. Perfect. Okay. All right. So there's different drills you can do. You can have partners here. You can do all sorts of things. So do we all know where they should be rolling? Is everyone clear? Can we test that? Should be the back part of the head and down the shoulder, and every single bone in the back should be touching the mat. Okay, so we get problems often when we see the children. Just mind, Michelle. I can't ask you to do this because this is a difficult mistake to copy. They do this, okay? Okay, so they flip over without actually rolling down the whole vertebra. And so again, you just explain to them about the round back, and you manipulate them. You put them in the position slowly so that they understand the roll. So it's not the front of the head at all. It's the back of the head. It's here. avoid the head at all. It's more advanced. It's more advanced if you want to do that. Yeah? But that's more advanced. At first you're not going to get a kid to do that. So you just tell them, don't put your forehead down, put the back of your head down. And they get it. Okay. Once they can do it down the hill, the next step, of course, is to go onto the flat mat. And I've specifically put a mat here so that you have a visual of what I'm doing. I could have said, go onto a flat mat. But I'm doing this because I've seen over my 35 years of coaching, lots of children doing that thing where they fall on their back. You think they've got it, and they've got it down here. And you say, yes, go onto the green mat and do it. And bah, it happens. Okay, so come over here, and let's see, Owen, if you can do the same forward roll. Start on top, arms up, roll, and stand up. Very nice. You can stick your head in more. Did you see he put that part down? Okay, stick your head in more so the back of your head touches when you roll. And bend, and stand up. Very nice. And if that's a little difficult for them, what could be a cute drill to give them satisfaction? Off. So come halfway down, put your hands about here and let your feet go off the end. And it's easier, okay? Arms up, roll, and we know we can leave her alone. She's going to feel awesome because she did it. Okay, you have to be, success breeds motivation. Breeds success, breeds motivation. Okay, we have to get that spiral going when we teach the kids. Marty, is there anything you would like to add?
Once they've done this so nicely and they got their little forward roll, that's time to polish up a little bit on it. So it's nice to maybe give them something to aim at. For example, maybe, Owen, you can try to keep that little polydot in between your knees. So it will remind you not to open your knees, because often it's a common mistake. They come in a little frog position, or I call them the giraffe going to drink. So try that. Maybe Michelle, do you want to try that as well? Go forward. Because it's now really difficult. So
awesome.
Just do it as like you start halfway. Well done, Owen.
Back of your neck.
Okay, Michelle, do you want that one? Either way.
Yes, Michelle. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Okay.
So it's much easier when you do it off the mat because it's easier to stand up. And sometimes, obviously, we can even use the bigger mat for the smaller children. So it's really easy for them to stand up with that. Or it might be very difficult. I don't have a beanbag. Beanbags are quite nice because they are a bit thicker. Or a little cushion, you know, you got those little cushions. Also for the children to remind them about rounding their back, to have that little cushion in between. So when they start, they hold that. And eventually, if it falls out, it's fine. But that for the rounding of the back, it's great. The other thing is, remember you were talking about momentum. Once they're off the slope, they might not have the momentum. It's a bit more advanced, but maybe to say, try to start your forward roll, that you're reaching out for that white dot. So you have to put your hands on the two sides of the white dot, and then your feet come all the way here. That was a bit short, you see? Now can we make it a big, wide forward roll? So come again, Owen. I'd like you to put your hands on the two sides. I can even create two little dots there. Hands, head, feet. Okay, got to do it again. Whoa, that was a big one. You saw that she wanted to achieve that, so she actually stretched out. It was a little dive roll already. So these are just little things that when you polish it up, because then there will be more momentum. Most of the children often just put their hands right next to their feet when they start, so they can't create that momentum.
And that causes the knees to hit the nose. All right. So that gives them more space. Just coming back, you finished? Did you see, often if we give children a choice of where they want to land, they will choose the option that they know they're going to be successful at until they are successful about 5 to 7 times, and then they will have the confidence to try the higher one. And even if they don't succeed immediately, it doesn't matter. They've had the experience of trying 5 or 7 times on the successful one, so they have hope, and they will try it again on the more difficult one. And this is the essence of what we do here. We give children confidence. So if you can build that into your teaching, you're going to be a fantastic teacher. Okay, so give them choices as often as you can. Sometimes you have to choose for them when it's more difficult. No, I'm spotting you. You want spot, you don't want spot. But sometimes you have to, you have to choose for them because safety is the number one. Okay.
And then some of you will be teaching as a teacher in a school. Children are very different. Some of them might be good gymnasts. Like amongst us, we also have experienced gymnasts or least experienced. So if there is a trial child coming or a child who is less agile or less fit, then these kind of little things, they say, all right, you will be working on with the dot in between. You can use the beanbag. You only see how many forward rows you can do on the 3 mats. The least amount of forward row you did, the better your forward rows were, because then they were long forward rows, not those little roly-polies. So in that way, children will be all happy and they can achieve that, I've done it. And the other who is less advanced, they can just practice their little skills. And then eventually they can get to a nice level. Okay.